Passengers, up to half of them may have miraculously...
This is what you see.
Good evening, I'm Kyle Meenan.
And I'm Marianne McClary.
And what you don't. What you hear...
Or to order a new penalty hearing for Randy Moore
and what you won't.
Take it, Cart. Semi-report.
We'll get that veteran cemetery for sure.
Bullet. Dissolve.
This is a constant for you. When you come in and sit down here, you just know the news is going to get on the air every day. And while you're sitting here, you expect somebody to be sitting there. And if someone is sitting here as you'd expect them to be, that means that somebody went to a lot more work back here, and back here, and certainly back here. Getting on the air doesn't just happen by the push of a button. News never stops. It is a 24-hour job, but each morning begins at the assignment board. Assignment editor Nancy Keel puts up a rundown of what should be covered today, at least what she can plan on.
Channel 13 News.
News, Mitchell.
The telephone ring is perpetual in a newsroom, and if it's not ringing, reporters are calling to check up on their beats.
Yeah, that's Glenn Meek from Channel 13.
Or to make new plans.
Oh, that theory's gone. Dave, forget about the swimming pool story.
And most callers have an opinion of what we should be covering.
No, sir, I do have to go. It's been nice chatting with you. Lord, where do they come from?
All the while, something is happening. Spot news is never planned. In this case, a fire in a downtown home will provide pictures for the anchors to voice over, or a VO, and an interview from an official in charge, an SOT, or a soundbite in news terms. And in most spot news cases, the pressure is on the photographer. Fred Davis's efforts cost him a pair of pants today, a lot of sweat, a few anxious moments, and earns him about 30 seconds on the air. Executive producer David Mitchell will tell him how long the story will run. In a half-an-hour show, David has about 10 minutes worth of news hole, 4 minutes for sports, 3 minutes worth of weather, and you add the commercials that pay for the show, there's not much left for your half hour.
I think if it wasn't significant, well, you know, if it wasn't important, I wouldn't come to you, but I don't know, if you get a lot of stuff in your show, we do have Warner,
I mean, it's an extra 20 seconds, and I think we ought to report it.
Story count is what he's after, to try and fill you in on as much news as possible in the short time that he has. Add to all the tapes, there are also 3 live shots to fit into this half hour. One on set, one in the station atrium, and another via satellite from San Diego.
Clocking the amount of time he gets to stay down at SeaWorld. Nathan?
Yes, indeed. 40 degrees temperature.
How does all that live technology make it on the air? We'll take a look at that and much more in the making of a daily newscast tomorrow.
Open the mics. QBO.
United Airlines DC-10 has crashed.
Okay, let's try to do a live. Once you get to a place, let Angie and Don know by radio where you are.
A live unit, actually a microwave truck, will send a signal either directly to or bounce off a dish from Black Mountain back to the tower at our station.
Dissolve it in.
Yeah, no, I'm not
And
really clear on
wide
why they do this with a 30% chance of widely scattered showers and thunderstorms.
The line of sight isn't always clear for the truck, which is why satellite technology has become so important. With the dishes at our station, we can pick up a signal of Nathan live from San Diego SeaWorld. Live technology is taking away the need for the roll cue of videotape.
And roll 2.
But videotape is the staple of the show.
Semi-report.
Roll cues will come between 20 and 30 times each half hour to the tape operator back here, who has control over 3 different 3/4-inch machines, 2 other half-inch beta machines for on air. Beta tapes are what most newsrooms have gone to for news gathering techniques because of the smaller size and greater picture quality. The ratio of what photographers shoot and what goes on the air actually... The ratio of what a photographer... Should I say on-air video for editing? The ratio of what a photographer shoots and what goes on the air is anywhere from 20 or 40 to 1. A 20-minute tape will probably get about 30 seconds worth of airtime after editing. In a special presentation like Behind the Badge, nearly 70 tapes were edited down to 1. While spot news seems exciting, most of our work is pretty routine. For example, it takes several hours to set up a simple feature story on the world's fastest sandwich maker and get it on the air. Photographer Dave Metter may have to shoot sequences several times to make sure that it will work in editing. Sandy Bell will provide Dave with the direction of the story.
Yeah, that's the stand-up where we're facing the cameraman and saying, here's your sandwich.
Sandy's got 1 minute, 30 seconds to tell his story in finishing touches. The sequences will have to give the impression that you're seeing everything they shot.
Look like just another employee.
6 hours from the time it began, the minute 30 is complete. In the stack, ready to go on air.
Take it. It's the nice Sony One sound on soup.
This is us to the fastest Subway sandwich maker in the entire United States. And Sandy says,
Roll it.
here in Las Vegas.
Take it. Maybe you have 20 seconds to come back in.
Deadline time.
Sometimes the show works, and sometimes it fails.
All right, B7, B7A, and B8 are dead.
Either way, we are only as good as our last show in the viewer's mind.
The only things we're doing, Trace, are B6 and B9.
Tomorrow, a few of the tricks we use to get it on the air.
Yesterday was 108, still 2 degrees above average. Air quality.
Again, Marianne, you're going to have to split up A2 because I don't know who's starting. I think Kyle's starting, but you split up whatever you want to read.
If you think you have questions, so do we, wondering how we get the show on the air when it seems like we'll never make it sometimes. That's why we have a few tricks to make it look good. And the weather segment is probably the best example.
Look right now at our skies. They are cloudy.
John Potter is handling that chore on the weekends with me. You may have never known, but he's always talking to an obnoxious green wall. By the magic of what's called a chroma key, everything close to the color of that wall will disappear. Needless to say, weathermen with green eyes don't often find jobs. But with the wall gone, all the video and maps can be displayed as if it were a huge monitor. Speaking of monitors, when John appears to be looking at the map, he's really looking at a monitor on either side of him, so he knows where to be pointing on the map.
Cold front passing into northern Nevada right now, but it's the high pressure system.
The weather is all ad lib, no script, but that's not the case with the news or sports, usually. Everything is supposed to be closely scripted so the director, Greg Rogers, knows how to prepare his crew. The scripts the anchors have on their desks are backups. They are really reading from the teleprompter. Another script copy runs through a side camera. That image appears below the studio camera and a mirror reflects it into the lens. So while they appear to be looking at you, they are reading their scripts. Those scripts could change at any moment. The tape could go down, a live shot could lose its signal, and we need to know. That's why all the anchors and reporters on live shots wear IFBs in their ear. IFB for interrupted feedback, so the director can talk to the anchors.
Don't worry, we're not going to worry about the live right now.
And the anchors can talk to reporters.
All right, Kelly, thanks very much. Kelly Windemark out at the Karen International Airport.
Soup.
All the words you see popping up on the screen
Lose it.
come from right here. Doug Klingensmith types all the supers or superimposed images on the character generator, or Chiron, and they can be recalled one at a time for each story. All the extras help better tell the story for you.
My camera tune effects on Marianne. Turn, take it.
Which is why the graphics or still stores sit over the anchor's shoulders. It'll give you a hint of what's to come. Those stills are built back here in production control, and they are changed from the massive switcher used by the TD, or technical director. Millions of dollars worth of equipment is used to get the news on the air. If it breaks, the engineering department is charged with the responsibility of getting it back online. All of this is just a glimpse of what we do to keep you informed in the most professional way, I might add, that we possibly can. Good night. There you have it. Brad Johansen, Channel 13 News.